Heyo, it's me, Doc, here with a quick lesson. I guess not so quick, but someone was curious about the boom chuck. I put a little video out about different, parts the ukulele can play on ensemble playing, basically based on, old time and bluegrass parts. And someone wanted me to elaborate a little more on the boom chuck because I didn't go over it very much. So here's a video lesson on that. I'll go over the basics here, and then I'll explain it over the backing track like I did for the last one. And I'll do a basic level, and then I'll explain maybe some ways to spice it up a little bit. All right, so the boom chuck basically is a way to play chords, usually open chords on a guitar. We call them cowboy chords maybe, but it's really popular in old-time bluegrass, different American folk styles. It's very similar to like the Carter scratch or the clawhammer bum ditty.
That old Mountain Dew and them that refused our fill. I'll get up my mug, get to fill up my jug with some good old Mountain Dew. Bound for north.
Basically, in its simplest form, it just consists of hitting the low note on the instrument, the guitar, in this case the ukulele, on the one, and then strumming a chord on the two, or the and, depending on how you look at it. So I got a girl at the head of the creek, and I'm going up to see her about the middle of the week. Kiss her on the mouth, just as sweet as wine. Wrap herself around me like a sweet potato vine. Going up to Cripple Creek, going on a run. Going up to Cripple Creek, I'm off to have some fun. Going up to Cripple Creek, going on a whirl. Going up to Cripple Creek, I'm off to see my girl. Alright, so in this case we're doing it in G. The last video I did was in C because that's a little bit better for some of the melodic stuff on the ukulele, but chord-wise, G works well, and it's more common than C if you want to play with other people. Normally, Cripple Creek is played in either G or A. So the three chords here are G, C, D, or D7. When you have a 1-4-5, like in this case, G, C, D, the third chord can pretty much always be a second chord if you want. So yeah, you're basically just going to play these chords. In its simplest form, I said you're just going to hit the lowest note on the ukulele, but you'll move on to hitting the actual root note, which in C, in the case of C, is right here. In the case of the D chord, is right here. So those will be the ones you want to hit on the boom chuck. Instead of going, you'd go. Instead of going, you'd go. So it's pretty easy concept, and it's a really good thing to play, especially if you're a beginner, because it's really easy to sing over a boom chuck, in my opinion, because it's very simple. It's very simple to like the four to the floor pattern, just da 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 ba da ba da bee da ba ba dee da ba ba doo da ba ba boo da ba ba bee da ba ba boo da ba bee. See, it's not a very complicated syncopated pattern, so it's easy for your brain to sing over, in my opinion. Your mileage may vary. But yeah, if you want to see the boom chuck in action,
Make it legal, y'all. Coming from Alabama, Kentucky, put up a town home dispensary in Tennessee. And the legislative voice is walking. There's too much politicking and not enough
and then we'll just go right into it. I'll show you how to do it over the backing track, and if you have any questions, just ask me in the comments, and I'll be happy to help anyone out with this. All right, cool. All right, so the boom chuck, let's get down to it. So I'm using a low G ukulele for this, a low G tenor, but you can use any kind. You can use a high G if you want, but I find that this boom chuck style, because it's imitating a guitar, works a little bit better with low G. High G is kind of more conducive to this chopping sound right here, but you can do either on or, so don't worry about that. As you can see, we've got the bass track and the ukulele part, and the ukulele part here is imitating a mandolin chop. And so if we count this song, we've got 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, and the bass is hitting on 1 and 3, and the mandolin chop is on 2 and 4. All right, so we with the boom chuck want to basically add to that and complement it, work around it. In its basic form, the boom chuck is just basically copying both of them. We're going to hit the low note on the ukulele, which is, we're going to hit this string, and then we're going to strum the chord just once. And we can let it ring, or we can mute it immediately, but I'm going to let it ring a little bit until we strum it again, okay? Chops. So basically just combining both those figures into one. Now you can, sometimes this low note is the root of the chord and sometimes it isn't. That's okay, you don't always have to play the root, but it is nice to play the root of the chord. So for this next step of the boom chuck, instead of hitting this note all the time, we're going to hit the root note of the chord. So for G, this is the root note. For C, this is the root note, and then for D, this is the root note. So that's what we're going to hit for the boom part, and we're still going to strum the chord on the chuck, okay? Step. This will be finish up the part on the basic boom chuck. We're going to be alternate between the 1 and the 5 of some of these chords. So the 1 of G is this, and the 5 is this. So those are going to be our root notes for G, okay? That's the basic part of the boom chuck. The next lesson I'll go over how to do these walk-ups like this. Okay, so thanks for watching, and check back, subscribe to my channel for more lessons, and I'll be having a few more out soon, okay? Thanks.